Hello friends, in today's session we'll be talking about how to process your image using Adobe Photoshop and also the image processing for publication. So people who have not subscribed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I will remain motivated to upload video like this in future. So let us start the session. So today's session is image processing and figures for publication using Adobe Photoshop. So first open the Adobe Photoshop software and click this tab Windows um, where you will get all these options here. Okay, just activate this following option which is shown here. Here I have activated character, so you can able to see the character. Activate the paragraph, you can able to see the paragraph. Then what to do is just go to the file and click new, because you want to process the image in a separate file. So you want to make a file, new file. So when you do that, when you click that, then you will get a tab like this where it is shown here the pixels and resolution. Okay, so you want a good file of good pixel size as well as good resolution. So when you go to this tab, you will get all the option here. If you want to process your image in 18 to 10 inches, you can also do that. So here these are this file represents 18 to 10 inches. Okay, so I'll just show you different functions. So here this is in the pixel. If you want to process your file in centimeter or millimeter or point or everything is you can do, but I will suggest you process in the pixels. Okay, so here it is. I want to process my image pixel per inch. So go to this tab. Then here, what I will do that I want to process the image 10 by 12. So 10 inches width and 12 inches height. Then resolution is 300. Just click OK. So you'll get a file like this. So here I want to process my image, and this is 10 into 12 inches and 300 resolution. So before processing the image, I will suggest this following important point, because it is required for putting the image in a one line. So here just drag this point to here and drag from here to here, and you have to activate this part. Okay, just click on that and drag here and here, because this is required for align the images in a straight line. Okay, just go to this file and open the image that you want to process. So here I will click image 23. So when I click image 23, I will get a file like this. So then go to the image and go to the mode, and because this is important, because this is required for image processing. And here this image is in the RGB color and it is 8-bit. So if you want in 16-bit, you can also activate this one. Then another tab, adjustment, and here important thing is level and brightness and contrast. So I'll show you the function of level. So if you click on level, what you will see that you will see a window like this. So here the image in the RGB color. So this is red, green, and blue. Okay. So this image is a RGB. So if you want to split this image into 3 different channels, you can also do that. You can split into red and green and blue. So I'll show you how to split this original image into 3 different color. So here is the RGB image, and here is most important thing is the output level. So this is from 0 to 255. That's why you are having this kind of image. So if you want to process your red channel, so if you click on red channel, and you will get the intensity for the red, like it is from 0 to 255. Okay, so if I want to remove the red channel, you can also do that. Just click on 0 here, just remove this and click on 0 here. The red channel will be removed. So I did that. I removed that red channel. So now it became the blue and green is only remaining. Okay, so I just zero the red channel. Now you can also process the blue channel. So go to the blue channel and you will get the output level from 0 to 255. If you want to remove the blue channel, you can remove the 255 and put 0. Okay. Now I back to the original image where I removed the green channel. That means I just 0 to 255. I just click the green and I make 255 to 0. Then the green channel is removed. Then I want to process this channel. So that's why it is shown here. That's why now the red channel is here. So I want to copy the red channel, okay, to my new file. So how will I do that? So just click on the here and select in your mouse, select this part I want to crop and I want to process into a separate window. Just I did that. I just click on here, then I just in the mouse I just draw this. So now this is being selected. I want to crop it from here to here. So just then after that, just come to this tab and click it and click on here and just drag from here to here. You'll get a cropped image in the new file. Similarly, I can also process for the blue and green channel. So here the red channel is 0. Now the blue channel is, I want to remove the blue channel. So, and I want to put here the green image. So what I did that I click blue, then I remove 255 to 0. Now, uh, now now the channel is removed. Okay, the blue channel is removed. So what I'll do that I'll just click OK. So here just want to show that I have just cropped the red channel and put it here. Okay, so red channel is put it here. Now another thing is that you want to put the green channel image here, and you want the same size. So how to do that? So in another tab, I will just open another image. So here you have the same size. You have the windows like the selected windows. So I want to process the green channel in the same window. So what I'll do that I'll just click here. I'll just drag this window from here to another image, because this window I want to process for the green channel. Okay, so I'll just click another image. I'll just open another image and I will drag this window. I'll just activate this one and from here to another image. Okay, now as I mentioned, just zero the red channel and the blue channel. Just zero the red channel and zero the blue channel, and you will get only green channel. Now what I will do that, just click on here, and as I mentioned earlier, you have the window here in the separate image. Just drag from here to here, and you can have the same size which is shown here. Just drag this image from here to here and aligned it here. Okay, and see I have aligned in the same straight line. Now the blue channel, you want to put the blue channel here. So similarly, go to the green, make it 0, go to the red, make it 0, then you'll have blue channel. Now again activate this one, and you have this in the separate figure, you have the size which you want to crop. Just the same frame, just drag to from here to here, and here I have dragged this, then just activate this one and just click from here to here. Okay, so here see activate this one, and I just crop this image or copy this image, the cropped image, from here to here. Now you can see that I have aligned in one line. That's why I told you earlier, just drag this line, because you can able to align, like I can able to align upside and downside, sidewise, two sidewise, like that. Now another important point is you want to just write A, B, C. How to do that? Because you want to level the images A, B, C, something like that. So how to do that, right? So here this is shown in the red. So if you write it and you want to write in the white background, and just I want to if you want to remove this color, you just click here and you will have a white. How you do that? So when you click that, click there in the red, which was shown in the previous tab, and just you will get a window like this, and just go to the corner and click here and select here. Just click here, and you will get the white background. So I did that, just become a white. Then I go to the text here. Then I just click here. Then I can write in the keyboard. You can write A, B, C, and you can also increase or decrease the size also here. This is the it is shown here. Also you can change the format, and also you can either you want to make bold or crisp, that kind of you can also do. If you want to italicize, just click here and the important point is the layer. So if you want to process, so there are three layer here, layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. So if you want to add A, B, C, that will become layer 4, layer 5, B, layer 5, C. Okay, sorry, This is layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3, and the text is layer 4, and then B will be layer 5, and there will be C will be layer 6. So just click on layer, and if you want to do some kind of editing here, just go to that layer. Like I want to do some changes in the layer 1, so go to the click here and go to the layer 1 and just click the layer 1 and just do all the changes here. Okay. So similarly, I have shown you the different format. You can also edit your text. Is it in the Arial or is it in the different format? So here I have just put B. Then I have just put in the layer 3 I put C. So when I put C, it is not showing here. The C is not showing here. Why this is happening? Because the C is below this third layer. This is first layer, second layer, and third layer. So C is below the third layer. That's why you are not able to see here the C. So sometimes this will happen. You don't worry about that. I will show you how to do that. So here, when this is below C, the C is below this third layer. So what I will do that, just click the layer here. Written layer 1, layer 2, layer 3. So layer 1. Layer 1 is this is layer 2, layer 3, and layer 4. Layer 2 is this one, okay, this magenta channel, and layer 3 is the green channel. Layer 4 is your blue channel. So I want to put C in the layer 4. So what I will do that, I will just write C here, and it is below the layer. Just I drag from C from here in the mouse to layer 4. Then it will appear. Okay. Now I want to write, what is this labeling? What is this? Is green, this is blue. This, suppose this is antibody, this is a sign, this is a button stand with DLG. This is same button stand with HRP. Okay, so I want to write DLG in the magenta, HRP in magenta. How to do that? So I'll just go to this tab and click here. Okay, so here it is white. I want to write this text in the magenta color. So I'll just click that, and you will get a tab like this. So then here I'll just go here, I'll just click here, I'll just see where is the magenta, click here, then this tab will come. So I'll just select here, click here, then the magenta will appear. Okay, then I can write, just go here and write magenta like DLG like this. Okay, similarly I can write for HRP and all. Now you want to put a scale bar because you want to show what is the size of this structure. So how to do that? So when we are capturing image in the confocal microscope, in the LSM file, if it is a Zeiss microscope, so you will have a LSM file. So in the LSM file, in the properties, it is mentioned that what is the pixel per 1 micrometer. Okay, what is the pixel 1 micrometer equal to how many pixels? Okay, so suppose you want to put the scale bar for 5 micrometer, just calculate for 5 micrometer how many pixel you will be required. Okay, so similarly you can put the pixel here. So here I want to just want to draw for 2.5 micrometer scale bar. For that I calculate how many pixel is for 2.5 micrometer. So remember, in the LSM file, in the properties, you will have, it will be written there, 1 pixel is equal to how much micrometer. Okay, suppose you want to put 2.5 micrometer scale bar, just calculate how many pixel. Okay, and put it here. So here I put 120 pixel width and height 10 pixel. Now I will get my scale bar, and just click here. So when I click that, I will get a tab like this. I want to copy from here to here so that I can put the scale bar. So I'll do that. How will I do that? Just do Control A in the laptop, Control C, Control A, Control C, then just click this tab, this image, and do Control V. So when you do that Control V, you will get somewhere this scale bar will be in this somewhere appear here, so that it will not be visible. So then how to deal with that? Just click here and just drag here and there, and come. Finally, it will come and just drag to here. Just drag, so it will come here. Now the scale bar is a little bigger. Now the scale bar is for 2.5 micrometer. So okay. If you want to make a bigger size or smaller, thinner size, you can also do that. So how to do that? How to modify the scale bar? So go to the edit and go to the free transform. Just click that. So when you click that, you will get like this. Now just click here, and just you can, if you want to thin it, just make a thin line, just drag. Make, if you want to make smaller line, just drag like this. So you can actually shape your scale bar. So here I have finally I have made the scale bar for 2.55 micrometer. Okay. If you want to make it thin, you can also do that. Now this is the final image showing the scale bar, and it is labeled as A, B, and C. Okay. And these are shown in the different channel, like red, RGB, and I have the image for the red channel, green channel, and blue channel. So I want to process RGB image, that's why this is being activated. Now another point, you'll see how to get a crispy image, how to do that. So I will show you how to make a crispy image. Or if you want to process in separate channel, like if you want to increase some intensity in the green channel, or in the red channel, or in the blue channel, how to do that. So just from RGB, just to go to the red channel, just click on the red channel in this tab. Okay. Or sorry, in the separate tab where you want to process. So this is just another function I am just saying. So here the previous image was cropped and put it in the new format, and that's why you have all the process images here. But during processing also, you can make some changes, and you can crop those changes image to the final file here, which is shown here. So this is a image 23 image. I just opened it in a separate window. I want to do some changes in the red channel. So just click on the red. Okay. So you'll get a gray color image like this. Now go to the mood, go to the image, then go to the adjustment, and go to the brightness and contrast. Click on that. So if you click on that, you will get a tab like this. You can also decrease the brightness so that the background will go, or you can increase the contrast so that it will become crispy. So I just have done that. I have just decreased little bit the brightness, increase little bit the contrast, and that's why the image became very crispy here, which is shown here. Then from red channel, just go to the RGB, then you will get a crispy image. Here you can see, just as I mentioned earlier, just I just decrease the brightness and increase the contrast of this image. Now suppose I want to save this file which I have processed. Just go to the file and go to the save as, and you can save as by different format. You can save as by JPEG, or you can save as by Adobe Photoshop format, or or in the TIFF format, which is in the below. You will see the TIFF format also. So thank you very much for watching my YouTube channel. So if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. So in the next episode, we will be talking about how to use Adobe Illustrator for making model and for image processing, mostly for making graphical abstract and graphical model. So stay tuned. All the best for your research.